Hey Aquarius, how you doing? Yeah, sorry for that awkward little pause for a second. What's up? Welcome to your August 2020 reading. I don't know, I had a little thought for a second. I was like trying to figure out what it meant, so maybe it'll come out in the reading. So since I got started a little bit late this month, it's gonna be a shorter reading, maybe like 12 minutes. For my longer ones, you can definitely catch me on the YouTubes if you're finding this video on Instagram. For that one. This one just popped out. Damn. Okay, Aquarius. Huh. Y'all are always so hard to figure out that I'm not even really concerned right now yet or confused about the cards, the reading. So, I am going to pull out one card, and this is for context, a giant tarot card. That's pulling out the major theme for you for the month. So this could be something internally that you're just working on, or kind of, just exploring within yourself. And we'll pull more cards on that one, but I did at least want to get into this stuff. Okay, so this month you're looking into the Six of Cups. So this might be, clearly the past and nostalgia, and kind of walking away from the past. If you see homie in the way back, he's walking away from the past. We tend to be really focused on the cups in the foreground in terms of the old things, and less about like maturing and moving forward. Maybe for somebody, I don't know. But I did want to say that, like, typically even myself with this particular card, I always, don't always notice everything in there. So it could be that you're looking back at the past fondly, or you could just be dipping off on old stuff because you just know it's not going to work. When I say that, because the first card out the cut is number 6, it's not for you, is one of the cards. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're cutting out on a situation. It could be that you're figuring out what you like and what you don't like. So that could be one thing. Or you could be leaving a situation, because damn, these cards kind of came out a little wild. We got the Ace of Swords, and we got the Ten of Wands, right? And then we got the Six of Swords. So, it could be moving on mentally, but at least with the Ace of Swords and the fact that Aquarius, you're an air sign, it could be that you physically are dipping off on a situation, or just leaving one that's not working for you. It's almost as if you're telling someone the truth that you're done with the situation. So maybe you already made up your mind and you just haven't made the move yet, but you're like, now is the time where I tell them I'm making the move and I'm out of here. So it could be that. So you could be announcing your departure, and that's when you got this Ace of Swords. You could be announcing that you are over it. You're done. You're about to throw these 10 wands down and you're out. Aquarius tends to already have a plan in play before they even tell people things. So it could be that. And, maybe you're actually telling them. Yeah. And whatever it is, you could maybe actually... All right. Okay. So, right here, we have Time for a Nap, which is your next oracle card. And then we have the Four of Swords. And that's like doubling up on saying, yeah, you need to take a rest. But it could be that Aquarius tends to be doing the most and doing the most and doing the most and doing the most. So, because y'all tend to do that, it might be time for a break, especially if you've kind of like just also... I do want to say this could also be that you've cut off a lot of obligations as well. So if you have been cutting off obligations, whether they be people, places, things, or relationships, now it's your time to rest, and then you're going to get this idea and be back on game, running around with the bullshit again. Well, not, you're just going to be back to doing what you do, but it is essential that you take a rest. Also, too, you might get like this great idea that you've been waiting on or waiting for that might come to you, and you might finally be able to and then when you return back to whatever it is that you do, you'll be refreshed. You'll be on it. You'll be ready to make them decisions. You'll be on your Queen of Swords. It could be, too, that once you take this break, you could get back out there and be ready to be single again. If you're ending a relationship. So that could be that as well. Hey. Some people get over things quicker than others. Not judging, just saying, if it's that, or if it's kind of like... for y'all out there that's divorcing, maybe it's like it's finally a done daughter. Or if you were living with somebody, you finally up out of there, you can chill and go back to doing you again for real, could also be the other thing. So yeah, I do want to get into this, although I feel like we kind of low-key talked about it already. So let's see, because Aquarians, y'all tend to, I mean, it's funny. Like, I feel like air signs, when they get committed, they're like extra committed in a way that's like pretty serious, and people probably think it's uncharacteristic, but it's not. It's really not for y'all. Oh, I get it. Okay. So here's what I'm learning about your situation. So this thing that happened in the past, it may have been a destined situation in the sense of like, we go through experiences so that we learn how to act in life. We do these things so that we're like prepared in order to actually operate as adults or as fully formed people in life. So if you're in a relationship and it ended, or if you had like a job and it's over now, or like friends and you're not friends with them no more, like all those things are supposed to happen in order for you to move forward in life. You have the positive movement forward, and it's an 8. So this one, I feel like this is more of like the 8 of Wands, but it could also be like 8 of Pentacles. Anyway, I do think that this is about kind of like moving forward and stuff like that. Like, you kind of needed to have this experience that maybe triggers stuff from the past, and maybe that's why you were almost at that point where you're going to hold on to something longer than you needed to because it reminded you of an old thing. So you're moving past that. And with the disruption card, this is like the Tower card. And for me, I think that, but look at it. Look at those arms are crossed and stuff like that. So it could have really been, you needed to kind of, I mean, of course, like, you know, break down for the breakthrough or whatever, but I think it's more so that you kind of had to have this happen in order for you to restructure things in your life and stuff like that. So if you had some changes and it restructure how maybe you form relationships, and stuff like that in the past, it could be it. Yeah. And we got the Devil card and we got the Ace of Swords. So it really could be about you just kind of like freeing yourself from situations that trap you. So maybe you kind of like get too comfortable and just stick around for a minute, and so it's the end of that. Because maybe this last go around, it was just too much. I don't know, maybe that was for a few of y'all. Maybe you were just doing too much. It could be that you were just trapped in a situation and you were just like, time to cut this shit. Yeah, you got the Wheel of Fortune too. So see, you'd be all right. It's all things, these things were supposed to happen, for you. Yeah. They're not happening to you. They're happening for you. Because then after that, when I'm shuffling the 10 of Swords, but it's reversed. And so at least for me, I always feel like that's kind of like lifting yourself off of the swords. Like, let's say you fell into a pit of spikes, right? It's like you fell, but some kind of way it didn't really pierce you like that. So you lived, and so you're like levitating up off of it. So it could be that. And it could also be that you realize you were stressing yourself out about a situation. We could have just easily gotten out of it, because that's usually how it is. But you got the Chariot too. It could involve a Cancer. You could also just be kind of like moving on in a more balanced way, in a more meaningful way for yourself. Like, you actually over the past. Like, you're actually moving on from the past, which I think is pretty sick. And let's see. Yeah. And I say moving on from the past, right? The Devil card came out real quick and I was like, and then the Tower card, we've talked about both of those concepts just now. And then we got the 3 of Wands. So see, you really are, you're making moves past that. You're like, yo, those things were necessary and I'm out of here. And not out of here in the sense of like, bye-bye. Like, I don't think you're the type to dip off on responsibilities, but I do think that you are moving away. It could be from toxic situations that you thought you couldn't get out of, or it could be that I mean, that's one of the things I get, is that it's kind of like you're out of it. And then the last one before I go, Justice card. So you really are moving on in a meaningful way. And I don't think that anything you were working through, I think that this is the last time you're going to have to work through that for a minute, until you got to learn that lesson again, if you end up putting yourself in a similar situation. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow on Instagram or subscribe on YouTube if that's what you want to do. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a good month, okay? Bye, Aquarius.